Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Heritage Railway News. This is your channel for anything in regards to restoration projects, steam galas, mainline movements and so much more. Coming up this week, Javelin derails. Yes, so a class 395 derailed last week as further investigation is yet to get underway. New home for 92 Squadron. Yes, so the bullied is set to depart the Nene Valley Railway. And Thomas to celebrate 80th in Staffordshire. So everyone's favourite tank engine is set to come to Statfold Country Park next year. All this and more coming up. Yeah, so welcome back to the channel guys, I hope I find you well, and the first topic I want to talk about this week is all to do with a recent derailment / crash that happened with a Southeastern class 395 Javelin literally last week. So an investigation has been launched after a high-speed train derailed in Kent. The train was travelling at a low speed in sidings at Ramsgate Railway Maintenance Depot on Thursday night when it left the tracks, according to Network Rail. There were no passengers aboard the train and no reported injuries, but a local resident said the train derailed inches from a family garden's fence. A spokesperson for Network Rail said an investigation is now underway to find out what caused the derailment. An incident occurred last night in which an empty train in the sidings at Ramsgate Depot derailed at low speed, the spokesman said. Services are running normally through the area this morning at a reduced speed. There was some disruption to our services, and if any customers were delayed, then they can claim a delay repay. Rail operator Southeastern said at 19:25 GMT on Thursday that trains were unable to run between Ramsgate and Minster due to a safety inspection of the tracks. 10 minutes later they posted to say the inspection was complete and trains could run again. At 20:03 the operator said an additional safety issue had been found and that trains were halted between Ramsgate and Minster. Services then resumed at 20:16 but at a low speed, causing delays until midnight on Friday. It is not yet clear if the safety inspections are linked to the derailment. So yeah, you can see there, it looks like it's essentially a shunting move. It was then put into a sidings, and then clearly at some point it's then decided to go through the buffers, and obviously it's derailed at least quite a few inches further from the track. And it's remained there ever since. Unfortunately it's still there as far as I'm aware, and like I say, this was Thursday last week. But yeah, it's interesting to see what will happen, and obviously an investigation is underway by Southeastern and Network Rail to see what caused the derailment. So it's also interesting as well that they did turn around and say they were carrying out safety inspections prior, and obviously then this has happened. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and what comes up with the investigation when it's complete. And obviously if I find out more further details, I will obviously post it on the channel. So yeah, the next topic I want to talk about on the channel is all to do with the bullied class 92 Squadron. And it's been quite a mainstay at the Nene Valley Railway for quite a substantial amount of time, but sadly for one reason or another it is set to depart the railway very soon. So 34081 92 Squadron is set to leave its current home at the Nene Valley Railway for pastures new at the East Lancashire Railway. The move is to secure new opportunities for the owning group, the Battle of Britain Locomotive Society. 34081 has been owned by the Battle of Britain Locomotive Society since 1973, when they purchased the locomotive for £3,500 plus 10% VAT at the time. Originally it was planned to restore the locomotive at the Dean Forest Railway, but with talks breaking down, the overhaul was completed at Nene Valley Railway, which began in 1977. A statement was published yesterday by the Nene Valley Railway. It has been publicly announced that Battle of Britain class locomotive number 34081 92 Squadron will be leaving the Nene Valley Railway very shortly to secure a new home that will provide new partnership opportunities for the Battle of Britain Locomotive Society. We would like to thank everyone from the Battle of Britain Locomotive Society for a fantastic relationship over the years that has helped to promote what we in the Wagon Group are trying to achieve. This one's a bit of a weird one actually, I would say, because I visited the Nene Valley Railway. I visited earlier this year, back in April, and obviously got to see 92 Squadron return to the tracks, and you know, it's a really stunning sight, and obviously in that southern livery, it's really striking, really nice. And I just think it's a bit of a weird one. Don't get me wrong, they get some really good guest locomotives there. I mean, obviously the A1 Tornado, you know, recently visited the Nene Valley Railway, but I just find it a very strange one in the sense of, realistically, that was the main tourist attraction for me at the Nene Valley Railway anyway. Obviously they've got the original Thomas there, but other than that, you know, I would sort of say it was their flagship locomotive. So with that departing the railway, does that mean potentially there's plans for the Nene Valley Railway to get a new flagship locomotive? Like I say, I know they have guests there like Sir Nigel Greasley and the A1 Tornado, but I don't know if this is the right move. But of course, obviously it was the Battle of Britain Locomotive Society's decision, and they've decided to go in a new direction for the locomotive and obviously preserve it for future years to come. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, but I just think this is a bit of a strange move for everyone involved. But like I say, at the end of the day, it was the Battle of Britain Locomotive Society's decision. Yeah, and finally, the last topic I want to talk about is all to do with everyone's favourite blue tank engine. Thomas will be coming to the Statfold Country Park Railway in Staffordshire next year to celebrate his 80th year. So 2025 will mark 80 years since the first Thomas the Tank Engine books were published and released for public sale. This monumentous milestone will come just after months of Thomas achieving 40th anniversary since first airing as a children's TV show. With 2 anniversaries to celebrate, Statfold Country Park will be hosting a special Day Out with Thomas, the party tour, from March 22nd to 23rd next year. Now this will be to celebrate these milestones, which will be an exciting and unique family experience as Thomas and his friends take over Statfold Country Park as the Little Blue Tank Engine starts the 80th celebrations. Children and adults alike will have the opportunity to enjoy live character performances, acting out stories from past books and TV shows featuring Rusty and Dusty. There will be meet and greet opportunities for children to meet Sir Topham Hatt and Rosie. At the Thomas Garden of Games there will also be giveaways and prizes to be won. In addition to this, there will be a Thomas and Friends character hunt, unlimited train rides on the miniature railway, and the chance to play in Toby's barn play area or take a stroll round the woodlands. And then of course the opportunity to ride behind Thomas himself, as well as enjoy unlimited rides behind both Percy and James, who will also be in attendance. So yeah, 80 years ever since Thomas came into our lives, 40 years ever since he appeared on our TV screens here in the UK. Monumentous achievements for the franchise. And, you know, Statfold Country Park, it seems like they've done a deal with Mattel, and now they've got the rights to do a Day Out with Thomas there themselves. Now, this one actually sounds rather unique, like I say, in the sense they're going to play out scenarios from the original Railway series books. And then, of course, as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it might be the very first time that you've ever actually seen James turn up for a Day Out with Thomas. I never see that character advertised. It's normally Thomas, Percy, and potentially Toby or Mavis, and obviously the human characters, but I've never seen James advertised, and I've never visited the Statfold Country Park. This might be one that sort of pushes me to do my first visit, especially obviously the 80th celebrations. So yeah, there are all the details there if you want to go and visit Thomas on his anniversary. So yeah, that's been Heritage Railway news for this week. I really hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, give us a like, comment down below, potentially subscribe so you keep up to date with future videos. You will find my contact details in the channel bio if you want to message me about something that you think I should include in next week's video. Other than that, have a great weekend and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.